Hi everyone, and welcome back to Adventures in Nodeland. We are here with this stream. We are going to do something slightly different than usual. We are not fixing bugs on Platformatic. This is what I do most of this session these days, or typically implementing new features. While instead, I'm going to do. We are going to do. Oops, sorry, not this one. I'm going to do a few more things on. We are going to implement something different. We are going to implement a metering system on top of Fastify, which is something that I don't know much about. So I brought in an expert, which is an old friend of mine, Peter Marton. So while we wait, I'm going to invite him on stage, and then we can probably chat a little bit on it with everybody. So hi, Julio Cas, welcome to the chat. So there is a little bit of a group of people, usual watchers. So hey, Julio Cas, hello. You can join the chat as well if you want to see how this looks like on the other end, Peter. So, and yay, welcome, Peter. Hello, hi, Peter. Amazing. So very happy to have you online. So it's I used to bring more guests than before. Now there's been a few times since I had guests on the stream, so I'm happy, and I'm a little bit, my OCD is seeing some. Yep. Okay. Perfect. They are perfectly aligned now. Okay. Sorry about this. The two faces were not perfectly aligned. Okay. So yay. Oh, there is no sound. There is no sound. There is no sound? Wait a second. How come? Oh, now. Okay. Now there is no sound. From you, maybe. No, there is sound or not? Okay. Let's try again. Try speak again. Peter?
I'm speaking. It's not an AirPod, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Now you should be hearing him too. Now it works. Okay. Yes, perfect.
Now it works.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, amazing. Perfect. Okay, we have both us and Peter. Yeah, great. Okay, so everything works.
Thank you. Yeah.
Apparently, the setting that I was saying before, that it was not needed. So, who knows why? I have no clue on that topic. So, cool. So here we are. A few people are joining up. So let's wait. Give them a few minutes to get in. And then start. Maybe I can start and share a little bit about your project, Peter, which is something that I have not. I don't know much about. I know you did Y Combinator, and you're launching your startup, but this is actually an open source project. So I don't know. I am going to maybe show the browser. Then maybe you can tell us something about this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, maybe before that, just a couple of sentences. Happy met Matteo. Yeah, my background was lots of Node.js, so on all the events where I was going, Matteo was there. So
oh, really? Yeah. Well, friends. We should do some memories while we wait. We should do some memories of NodeConf Budapest. Okay. Peter used to work for a company called Rising Stack. Yes. Are you still somewhat part of that, or did you?
I'm not part of that, but just for the sake of good memories, I'm right now in Budapest, actually.
Oh, you are in Budapest.
Stack was a company, based in Budapest, and the conference you mentioned was in Budapest. So.
Amazing. You know that that was the last time I've been in Budapest. So I'm kind of missing Budapest at this point. I am literally on questioning, maybe I should go back. You should throw.
I'm here for the next couple of weeks, so
yeah. I'm probably I'm going on vacation on the 19th. So yeah, and probably not streaming next week either because I'm going to do a lot of work in the next week that I need to finish. Anyway, we'll see. So Yay! No, wow. It's no, I can't. I want travel to Budapest, but I think I should. Like, how is it now? Did much change in the last few years?
Well, there are lots of like these cool new places. I'm living right now in San Francisco, just for context. So
Oh yeah.
I'm coming like once or twice a year, and it's like always a pleasant surprise. There are always new fresh places, new vibes. So it's always interesting.
Oh, you like? We should do a travel recommendation for tech people and on a podcast or something. I think this is it will be very very fun. I would say so. It's oh man, it's so no. It was we were there with I think it was Matthias. There was Dominic Tarr. I think. Oh my goodness, yeah,
Yeah, I
long time
remember.
ago. Long.
That was the time when Node I think was just started to become like a language that bigger companies started to use. It was all very very hacker minded, like yeah. It was a fun space.
Yeah, it was. Is it not fun anymore?
That's not what I meant. But, yeah, but that was definitely like that stage when like there was only a handful of people using Node, so everyone knew everyone. I mean, obviously now it's like great that the community is so big, but it's just you don't know anyone anymore. I mean, not like everyone. It's hard to know everyone.
Wow. So cool. Very happy memories, to be honest. I'm super, all the time, whenever talking about that period of my life of excitement around Node, it was unbelievably good. Okay. I'm still thinking we are young forever type of thing. We are not, it's that sentiment of when we were young as a community. Okay. It's a lot of drama too. I don't know, but a lot of drama. Okay, it was a fun conference, so yay. Yo, a lot of people joining, and yes, and yeah, a lot of people. Okay, great. So we are live, and if you're missing this video will also be on YouTube. So if you're watching this from YouTube, this is on YouTube. So yeah, it's what it is. We are both. I will record this and then put there in a week or so. So, okay, I think we can get started. Probably the people watching know what I do, or maybe not, but who cares? But this time we are here with you, Peter. So maybe let's see. What do you do? What you do these days? Like you moved from Budapest to the US. You work for quite a few fun companies. Okay, I don't know you, and then you founded a startup. What's the point? Okay, what's the how did you end up being in this podcast, in this Twitch stream? So,
yeah, I think to go back 1 year in this story, I was working most recently for Stripe in San Francisco, and I was responsible for lots of kind of cloud cost calculations. And Stripe was doing something very interesting, was still doing probably, that they break down every kind of internal infrastructure piece usage, the price of it similarly like they would be AWS. Almost you can think about like an internal price for the cloud resources. So like every single database query, every single byte stored in the database. So like lots of kind of usage data was required to do that kind of analysis. And I was quite frustrated to collect that usage data in a way that's very accurate and real time. And I started to look around like what companies do actually charge based on usage. I mean, so many DevOps and AI companies, especially these days, charging based on number of seconds, number of tokens. And then what I was showing that although there are a couple of companies who provide billing solutions for these, like I haven't really found a solution on the infrastructure side that makes it very easy to extract the usage information and kind of scalable enough for a company that charges based on such a small granular item than number of seconds, again, if you just look like a serverless application or something like that. And that was kind of giving me an idea. And then I started to look around at like, how we have OpenTelemetry and the whole hotel for like the performance monitoring things and the tracing formats. But those are like more focused on kind of like sampling, not always the accuracy is there. And I was also looking what bigger companies do. And some companies just send every data into a data warehouse, and then they batch process it to get the aggregates. But then they have a huge delay between when they send the data and when they have an accurate read. Smaller companies sometimes write everything in a database. That's becoming very expensive. So just looking into what would be an ideal solution that can give a characteristics of being accurate, being close to real time, and kind of being very infrastructure friendly. And I saw lots of companies doing this with streaming kind of aggregation to have kind of these benefits. But then streaming aggregation is quite complex, to be honest, if you're a smaller company. So the idea is here with OpenMeter, we wanted to bring this in open source way to kind of creating a standard and both around collecting the data and around the data processing to have these characteristics. So that was kind of leading into the idea to do something like OpenMeter.
Wow, it's unbelievable almost. Like it's just to clarify, folks that are watching, doing this is actually very hard. Okay, if you want to track how much every single thing that your application do and attach a price to it to the users, to build to users, this is unbelievably hard. Okay, this is why I'm actually bringing Peter on board here, because we were trying to implement something similar for Platformatic Cloud some time ago, and it was so much pain. And then I was just like, well, maybe let's... so at this point, we started talking a little bit with Peter, and then I did, well, it's probably not ready yet, and we have not shipped metering yet. So this is the TLDR of it, okay?
So maybe what we implement today, some pieces will be useful in the future.
So yes, anyway, this is the reason why we are talking about it and why we are trying to build something here. So we can try and do things, okay? So, that's the full point of today, just chatting and getting to know each other, and then doing our stuff. So yay, let's give it a go. Okay, let's give it a go. So so the project is here. It is the OpenMeter project. So we see that we have real-time and scalable usage metering. Okay, get started, read the docs, and seems easy. Seems.
Yeah, I would recommend maybe how about if we just do the quick start?
Oh,
just
yeah,
to see
sure.
that it's running on your computer.
Let's get it done. Yeah. Oh, well, what a nice picture you had here, man. You got professional pictures done. And okay, so I need to clone this up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start my automatic scene switcher. All of you that usually watch this know. Peter, this is a very ugly piece of software that automatically is a plugin for OBS that automatically switches the output whenever I am whenever I switch windows. So if I switch, it goes correctly. So, sorry, I did that. Okay, git clone. Oh. Here we go. OpenMeter.
Awesome.
Okay. So, it's go.
Yeah, but we are not going to see that much today. So
you're not going to see much go. Oh, yeah. So you have becoming from a Node person to a Go person.
That's not exactly right. We are still writing lots of Node right now when we are building the hosted cloud version of this. But we were just thinking about that. Lots of infrastructure stuff is happening in Go.
Oh,
so
whoa.
What would be...
So you're using Zookeeper and KSQLDB?
Yeah, so this is going to launch basically like an entire Kafka cluster and streaming aggregation for us.
Whoa.
That's why it's going to be scalable.
Let me kill this other block of Docker containers. So just to be sure. Okay. So this is spinning up a full-blown Kafka cluster. Like if I did not have a super fiber connection here, this will not be happening. I've downloaded, a monster of a lot of data, and they are starting up, and I have a monster of machine where we are getting all the traffic down, and if there was not an Apple CPU Max, one of the Max CPUs with a lot of cores and stuff, this will not work, I'm pretty sure.
Running a little Java, a little Go.
So just a recommendation, if you are expecting people to use this in the open source, maybe running Kafka local is not a great idea. Like, if you don't have a super powerful machine, this is probably not great.
I'm glad you are mentioning that. We're actually working on alternative streaming processing for like development and local environment that's not that capable, but it's going to be much faster and less resource heavy if you just want to, have the same interface and don't worry about necessarily how it runs.
Amazing. Okay. At least. This is still extracting, okay? Like, my CPU is burning. Let's see how much CPU is going. So right now I'm using all the CPUs in this machine. Like, this is the same load that I'm getting when I'm building Node. Okay? So just to clarify. Now Kafka is starting up.
Cool. Hopefully everything will start up. Until that, maybe we can talk about why this containers starting up. So basically, the OpenMeter open source repo has like 3 main components. One is the API server that's kind of like configuring the whole system and ingesting the events. And then, as we mentioned, there is a Kafka running. So every event goes into a Kafka topic. Kafka is basically like, you can almost think about like an append-only log. That's a very oversimplification, but it's basically a messaging broker. And then on the other end, there is sitting KSQLDB, which is like a streaming aggregator. And that's the one that basically in memory aggregates the incoming events, turns them into the aggregated meters, and writing them back into another Kafka topic. So you can then after that have that aggregated value in a final database, or you can read them straight from there. So that's kind of what gives the scalability here, that we are not writing every single event into a traditional database. We are only writing per minute windows. So that also means the smallest granularity of the aggregations will be per minute. So even if you send 1 event or 1 million event, there will be only one database write per basically group by and customer.
So you can see my screen, right? Why did Kafka exit?
Uh-oh.
Let me try bringing it back up. Kafka did not like starting on my computer.
It smells the node everywhere.
Let's try again. No, broker exited. It does not like it.
It says something above. What does it say above?
Okay, no, there is a lot of stuff. Wait a second. So
someone says out of memory.
Oh, it went out of memory.
I mean, I don't see it yet in the logs, but maybe someone coded something.
I'm stopping them. Okay, so Doppler compose up. Let's try again. Maybe. We'll see. So, hey, James, you are working on... So I'm just chatting with James Sumner on the chat. I've learned today that X time rate exists for implementing token backend rate limiting with the standard library. In Java, in JavaScript or Go, it's time rate. What are you referring to? Can you share me the link? This seems interesting. And I are working to implementing an HTTP client that honors rate limit imposed by an API. Cool. Okay, this is complaining unknown host exception broker.
Then can you stop it, Matteo, and tell it Docker compose rm-v?
Okay, just a second.
That's basically going to remove if it's created any.
Sorry, what do you need to do? Docker compose?
Docker compose and then rm. The rm is just without the dash.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes.
Do you have one of the latest Mac?
But actually, sorry, I meant Docker compose rm-v, because that's going to remove the volumes. Created any kind of volumes.
This now I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. I'm just wondering if any volume get corrupted here for some reason.
What is this Docker compose? Have you got one of the latest Apple Macs?
I have a MacBook Air. And I have an older MacBook Air. It works on that.
Yeah, but it might be that some of these containers are for don't work on the new IRM things.
Oh, this is an M1, I think.
No, if it's an M1, then it's the same. Yeah, cake, SQL. Out of memory. Uppercase to remove the volumes. Okay. So RM. No.
I think it's lowercase.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. But it's not working. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's crashing for whatever reason. Do you have some special settings for Docker?
I don't think so. At least I didn't set much.
Yeah.
Oh, broker exited again.
Sorry, broker.
Okay, I'm thinking about
broker.
saying maybe not enough resources. Do you want to check how many CPUs you give to your Docker?
I think I use Colima and Colima.
Do you remember how you said at the beginning of the stream?
2 gigabytes. Maybe it's too small in terms of memory, right?
So
let me increase that.
And can you increase the CPUs as well?
Yeah. And memory. Let me see how increase customize the VM. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so here let's top this up. 7. Okay, Colima. Stop default. and column start dash dash CPU 4 dash dash memory 10 dash dash disk 60. Oh, column stop. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This might be the case.
I like the irony how you said at the beginning of the stream that you are not debugging today, and we are 10
I am
minutes
debugging.
in.
You see, it's look these things. Okay, let's bring it up again. Oh, column. Yeah. Okay. Now we should have more memory. Seems more speedy also. Way more speedy. Here we go. Seems he's logging a lot of stuff. Is it normal?
Yep. These Java folks liking their logging.
You know. Oh, I love logging too. You know. But I love JSON logging, not random strings logging. Now the question is it going to stop at some point or?
I mean, it's always going to log something, but
is it good? Like, do I know if it is good?
We should see OpenMeter running. That's when it's good.
Yeah, I could verify that. Let me see.
Do you have a Docker desktop? I usually just look it there.
Oh, I can just do Docker PS. And OpenMeter. Yes, it's running.
Okay, cool. Then maybe let's start to execute the quick start to see if we...
I could, let me try. So if I do... 80, not found. Okay.
Okay.
So you should probably want to return something here. Okay.
Yeah, I am taking notes. I need to write down how much memory we need. Return something.
Great. So let's try ingesting events.
Cool.
Okay. So
then if you open up the quick start folder in the Git repo, it has a README.
Okay.
And that has curl commands. We can start very simple and then go into node land.
Vim readme. Okay. Oh, I have the curl commands. Okay. So I can do that. Let's do that. Okay. So I can copy this up, right?
Yep.
And oh, yeah, I made a mistake. Here we go. Okay.
Cool. And there are two more under it if you just want to send. One is with a different time window and one is with a different customer ID. Just
sure. So it's important to have every customer with its own ID.
Yes. That's basically a baked-in group by.
Sorry, this is how the ID is different on the second one. Seems the same.
This one has a different time.
Oh, there is ID. Okay.
Oh, the ID is different. Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing we haven't talked about that this is also idempotency is a big thing here. So like every event, what you see here is unique by that ID and source property. So the idea here, if you're building a distributed system and you want to retry, then that's completely fine. That's not going to impact how much you charge your customers.
Okay, so basically I can send the same ID multiple times and it will not have any problems.
Yeah, you can replay an event. Anything like
Cool.
that. Cool. And then there's a last query that's just retrieving the data.
There is a
Yeah, the
code to
query
retrieve the
usage.
data. Oh, whoa. Okay. Let's try. By the way, you need to say to install JQ.
Another good point.
It's not in there. You said it's in the prerequisites, but you might want
Yeah, it
to.
would be nice to give a brew
Just
command
add
or
the link.
something.
Okay, so you said window size hour, and you said that you got a group by, get, and allow. So you got choose events. Okay, right?
Yes. Yeah, we sent 3 events, and you can see we got back 2 because the first 2 events was in the same time window. And that's aggregated together now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Maybe let's take a look at the config. Why, based on what the group by works and those kind of things. If you go to, in a quick start repo, you should have a config YAML.
Yeah.
And after that, we can really go into node land.
Config YAML. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the meters part is the one that's interesting. So what you can see there is it has an ID and a name that's less interesting. The value property is one that's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
With that one, basically, if you remember to the curl, we had the data pojo there.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you can send any kind of event. The reason why we did that, because we want to integrate with log parsing, with even OpenTelemetry. So like lots of kind of undefined pojo can go into that data. But then after that, in the meter config, you can basically, with the JSON pass, you can pick what you need. So here, what we say, value properties, where we find the value that we want to aggregate based on that. In a group by, you can have as many group bys as you want, from 0 to n, basically, if you need to slice and dice the data.
Basically, the value property, that duration is the time it takes to consume, and then OpenAI token is the number of tokens that were consumed. Right?
Yes, the two example meter here is 2 very common use cases. The first one would be basically counting a serverless application execution time, and the second one is so many companies now building top of the OpenAI API, and OpenAI charges them based on usage, how many tokens, but they want to charge it back to their own customers, or they at least want to know how they distribute the token usage. So that's why that's our second example. That's a fairly common use case for OpenMeter.
Cool.
Yeah, and one thing that kind of, I guess, worth calling out is that just having a group buys basically means that you can have a lot of cardinality here. So that's kind of not a problem. It's like opposite if you would use something like Prometheus, when you collect the meter data. So that's kind of a difference here.
And if I change this config, what will happen?
You have to restart the Docker. So maybe let's not change that because we had a bad experience, or we can. But
okay. So, but these will translate into tables in the database. What's the?
Yeah. So what it does in a background, it basically sets up a separate stream processing per meter. That's why you need to define them before you start OpenMeter. We are planning a management API, so later you will be able to manage it through an API.
Okay.
It's a fairly new project. It's a 2 months project, 2 months old. So the reason why you need to define them statically, because that sets up the streaming aggregation in the background.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. Then maybe there is an example folder where we have a Fastify example. Maybe we can start to play with that.
Let's do that. I am, So we are quick start, not quick start. There is examples.
Yes. And there should be one that ingest-fastify or something like that.
Oh, yep. Let's take a look. So we have a package JSON with preacher and TS node, ouch, and then node one. Okay, great. And then app.ts, fastify.ts. So I need to probably npm install here.
Yes.
Okay. In the meanwhile, we have query string.
I think the npm install failed, no? I don't know. It just looked like it was writing some red.
Yeah. Thank you. Good catch.
Or because you need to, yeah.
Here we go. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. And then here, okay, now it's just complaining that its stuff is not being used. Okay. Great. So, let's take a look at this, okay? So we are here. We create an OpenMeter. We have an OpenMeter config with the OpenMeter service, which we pass through our logger. And then we want cookie and session. Whoa. Then there is a bunch of query string stuff, okay?
Yep. Basically, so maybe this example is a little bit too complex for a first-time example, but what I try to do here is that we have two endpoints. On the root endpoint, it returns your meter's current state. And if you call anything under a /API, that's going to be metered. So I just want it to be very easy when you run it to generate some data and retrieve the data.
You have, I see only one endpoint here.
There should be, if you scroll down, one.
Oh yeah, no, it's here. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. There is a second one. Okay, that this is the metered one, and the other one is not metered.
The other one returns the meters.
Oh, the other one returns the meters. Okay.
Yeah, it's just basically a very simple way to reproduce what the curling in a quick start.
Okay. Interesting. And then you're setting the session manually, so whatever, right?
Yeah, I wanted to use the to get the customer ID from Fastify. I mean, to kind of have, the closest how you would do that maybe in the application, but you know much more about this stuff than me.
Yeah,
So.
I know. I have. Yeah, well, user management, really, the problem with user management is that it sucks big time, okay? And mapping a user to a user ID is actually very hard, unfortunately. And because it depends a lot on where you want to store that data. So there is no silver bullet in that word, mostly because you need a way to get the user ID, essentially. And then how do you do that?
Yeah.
That's kind of up to you to some extent. I really like OutZero or other solution like that, but you could use, a lot of them, other kind.
Yeah, as you can see here, I am faking between the lines 39 and 41 to have some sessions, so I can read it
basically
2 lines
those
later.
Two things are not necessarily, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm also going to add a bunch of other stuff. So in the meanwhile, I will push it somewhere, okay? So these two not needed. Then you are probably going to need this module, which is pretty cool. Do you know, folks, about JSON schema 2TS? Oh, this is a good question from the audience. Can you explain why metrics can't be used for usage metering? So why metrics like Prometheus metrics, right? I guess.
I would say on the collection part, you can definitely use metrics. We actually want to integrate with OpenTelemetry. I think where metrics becomes challenging for usage metering, it doesn't have a sense of idempotency. And if you use something like Prometheus, you have to be very careful with the kind of cardinality. So if you want to have lots of group bys, because you will always have at least one group by, because you need to collect the data per customer ID, I assume. But if you maybe want to charge based on different models, like a language model, to use a ChatGPT example, then you can have a lot of cardinality. So I would say the biggest thing here is the idempotency and the cardinality that can be challenging with something like Prometheus.
Type provider, not typos, type provider, JSON schema to TS. Okay. And look, that's what you want to use. Okay. So it's, here we go. You want that. I should have updated that. But anyway, sorry about this. And here is it. Okay. So when you do that, you can actually do something a little bit better by using this module, Fastify, JSON, type provider. Yeah. So with this, you can, here when you declare your server with type provider and you pass in JSON schema to TS provider, then you can just avoid this. And
awesome.
It should work. Oh, yeah, type object. It doesn't. It types the body, but doesn't type the... Oh, weird. No, it should type the query string. Sorry, I'm taking a look. It's... it doesn't. Well, you know, a bug for you, a bug for me. So, these should definitely type that. So, JSON schema.
There used to be that other library, the Sinclair, or what's the name of that?
Typebox.
Typebox, yeah.
Typebox, but this is not picking it up. Very weird. Like, yeah, there's no types here. Nope. Oh, watch. Wait a second. Maybe it's not picking it up in this way. Let me... And then here. Come on, TypeScript. Oh, no, sorry. This is fine if I remove it. Nope. It's not picking it up. Oh, grand. Okay. Why the heck is not working? Big question. I have no clue. Okay, so one for you, one for me, as I said. And, oh, yes, of course. Sorry, you're right. I need to put as const here.
What does it do, the sconst? I actually haven't seen it yet. Oh, there you go.
No, this is Copilot. So,
okay.
Nope, it's not picking it up. As const in TypeScript treats these as constants. So, and I need to do type object because it's otherwise it's not going to pick it up. No, it's not picking it up. Well, let's keep it that way. Let's keep things simple. And cool. So we need the user though. So let's define the user. Let's copy a little bit So at least we need to get, so I have this module called Fastify users that use inside Platformatic, which I have as a very simple definition of Fastify of the user data. No, maybe no. Oh, yeah, no, I have only extract user. Okay. Maybe look, we can copy it from Fastify session. Like what you were using was the type definition inside Fastify session. And I need to get that done now that I have removed it. So here we go. Where is Fastify request? Here you go. Okay. So what we do is we use declaration merging. I don't know if you like declaration merging or not, but, and here is, and we need to have a user, which is a user. And we need to have a type user, which has an ID, which is a string. Is that the correct typing for this? How do I? Did I write something wrong? You know TypeScript more better than me, I think. Why TypeScript is not? Oh, yeah.
Equal.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So now it's not. Oh, there is also the name. Okay. Now it's not complaining anymore. Okay.
Awesome.
So, okay. Great. So I can run this up, right?
Oh, you should be able, yeah.
So node.
We have an npm start if you want.
Okay, npm start. Cool. Yes, of course.
What just happened then?
Here, it's cannot talk to localhost. I don't know why my machine, the Docker IPv6 bridge is not working correctly. Okay.
Mm.
This is the data that we were seeing before, right?
Let's call the route endpoint and the /API endpoint, and then we will see the data changing.
So this is a method API, and then I refresh. Oh, wow. One more stuff. What? Oh, wow. 1.3. What is this? Okay, let's look at the code. So this is the response time.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious what you think about that.
Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. So it's very interesting. Okay, these are two problems for me. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the first one and the second one. So the first one is on response is fired only at the end of the word. Okay, so on response is fired when after the response has been fully sent, which is correct because that's the only time when I can get the good response time. Okay, but this is also problematic on the other end because because then I cannot really test this in any form or fashion. Okay, like again, if these errors, for whatever reason, then you are essentially screwed. Okay, because you are losing this data. Like you're not returning an error to the user because you have ingested this information. Which might be correct, by the way. It might be what you want to do. But what do you think?
I mean, yeah, the error handling is definitely... I mean, the problem is just it's hard to do anything at that point, you know?
Yeah, that's the point. Again, you cannot return... Like, you have already returned this response to the user, So the only thing that you can do now is that what this implementation will, what Fastify will do in case of an error is log. Okay.
Yeah.
But again, if this system is down, you are a little bit in trouble. Okay, in terms of at that point. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think about, which we don't do now, to start to buffer in the client. But then that's just a hope that at some point we can recover.
You can. What are you using for sending stuff?
Oh, I definitely wanted to talk about that because we generate a client from OpenAPI, and I didn't really find a good solution out there.
Yeah, I have a feeling I can help with that. So you have, okay, so this is your OpenAPI client.
Yeah. So this is all, I mean, and probably you guessed, this is all just generated from OpenAPI. We don't have a hand-built client yet.
Okay, core. Oh my goodness. But this is generated by what tool is spitting this out?
Let me quickly check. I'm also looking up in the open source repo.
Node fetch. Okay, it's at the top here. Node fetch.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you can definitely pass the fetch implementation in.
Oh, it's based on fetch then. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, probably you don't want that. Okay. So you have an OpenAPI file, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try something very wild. Okay, we have got this working, okay? More or less, right? Let's go try something very wild. Completely and absolutely wild. Okay?
Are you making a new SDK?
I'm making you a new SDK.
That's perfect.
Okay? So OpenMeter Matteo. Okay.
You need to remove the CD. No?
Yeah. Okay. So let's try that. So what first? Let me try to run create Platformatic, and let me get a new service instance. Okay. Here. Yeah. TypeScript. Yeah. Sorry. It's going to take a bit. I need to go good optimization pass in what is installed by Platform installing Platform. This installation step is getting down the word and half of npm. No, I'm joking, but quite a few dependencies. So it's getting there. And while we are at it, where is the OpenAPI, this definition for this?
If you go into the OpenMeter Git repo, there is an API folder on the top level.
OpenMeter IO, OpenMeter.
API and OpenAPI YAML.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Roll.
I'm very excited what we are going to do.
Yeah. It's still installing the dependencies. What the heck npm is doing? Okay. Yeah, we will not going to do that now. I'm going to create them later. Okay, clear. And okay, so I can do Platformatic client -- help. And oh no. Yeah, makes total sense. Okay. Then I want the client, your URL -n OpenMeter, and let's see if it's working. And yeah. Oh yeah, I need a URL maybe. Where is it? Let's download the file. Okay. Oh, it's a YAML file. Yeah. I have a to do. Okay. Let me get a YAML to JSON and npm YAML to JSON. Sorry about this. This is, again, some of this stuff is relatively new. And no. And yeah. 9 years ago. No, I don't want 9 years ago software. YAML to JSON. Is there a YAML to JSON convert? Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah. Okay. Let me do that. Sorry about this. I only support JSON. So .json. Okay.
Cool.
So PLT client OpenMeter .json -n OpenMeter found string. Ooh, wow. Why is it not happy about it? Okay. Oh, but this is complaining for whatever reason. Just a sec. I'm going to debug some of my software now after we got the problem on yours. So, and folder. OpenMeter.json. Why is not happy about it?
Maybe it's a different version that you support.
I don't think so. This seems pretty straightforward. So let me see. Let me see exactly why it's not happening. So, okay. This is trying, the CLI here is trying to read from path. Okay, I need to, let me very quickly add a few logs. So, no, syntax error, but this is Pino. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Now here 9. Okay. Reading schema to that. Okay. Fine. So it's reading the schema. Maybe I've done a mistake in some of this logic.
In the meantime, mentioning on the Fox on the stream, this is my very first time that I'm doing a Twitch stream.
Yay! Okay, so this is read. Okay, here. This is the problem. Which is, I should be logging this. Or, okay. Cannot convert null to object. Gen OpenAPI 203. Haha. And type def dot properties. Probably something on your OpenAPI is missing. And my label, let's look it up.
My label?
Yeah, it's per luckily have something in here. Oh, sorry. OpenMeter.json. Okay. Yeah. Here my meter. You have label. Yeah.
Actually, what is that? Actually, we don't support labels. You can remove that completely. I don't know what is that.
This is a group by comment in here.
Oh, okay.
JSON path expression to stop the group by values of the event data. And the because the items is a string. Oh, whoa, yeah. So here is type def object. What? No. This makes no sense. Sorry. So 284 type object. Sorry, how is possible that this is type object, but this is not an object? Oh, wait. Here it is. Yeah. It's here. So there is properties, which is empty. Okay, I can. Fine.
Okay, so it requires the properties to be defined.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Cool. Yeah. Yay. Okay, now invalid URL. Oh, yeah. I think this is just me being stupid because this has generated everything. Okay, so we have the types. Great. And we have the Open API. Okay. And we have here, perfect. Okay. We need the OpenMeter URL. So PLT OpenMeter URL. It's 88888, right?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. So, and we have created this thing up. And we have 96 people right now on the stream. So just pretty good. One of my record streams. So, okay. So we have done that. Okay. Now, it is the funny point. What we could do here is we need to reference this OpenMeter stuff. Okay. Then I can do, we have Fastify.OpenMeter. What's your name of your API? Ingest events?
Events.ingest, yeah.
Yeah, ingest events. And
ingest events, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, this gets, this is the TypeScript. And let me look into it. Ingest events. Oh, it's empty. Why it's empty? Ingest events. Oh. So in schema events, it's not resolving it for whatever reason. Interesting. Okay. I'm finding more bugs in my client. So event. Here, it's a bunch of properties that should be there. And they are currently not. Because this is not resolving the property correctly. JSON pointer. Very odd. Like you see here. Here you would see, you will need to see these types, and you have them empty for whatever reason.
Yeah. Don't you have a separate event type for the model, maybe? I mean,
Yeah,
what's in the schema?
No, it's just slightly different the way we represent it. We just map the request and response. It's way simpler.
Okay. So there is no interface events separately?
No, there's no separate interface event. But it's not picking it up. Let me see in the OpenMeter. Good stuff that we are finding these things live. Event. Okay, so here it's getting. Here it is. So you are specifying it in this way. Let me try to see. Is this mandatory, this type of...
I don't remember top of my mind, but we can try with application JSON. Yeah, we are using the cloud events format under the hood. That's fine.
Let me try regenerating it. Okay. Yeah, now it's there.
Okay.
Fine. Good findings. Okay. I'm just support custom content type. Okay. Amazing. Hello. Thank you. Senders. I don't know. Content type. Yay. Sanders is a friend of yours?
Yes, he's my co-founder, actually.
Oh, he's your co-founder. Hello. Amazing. Okay. Here we go. So we have this. And so there is also Premier response that has the same thing, right? So, cloud event. No? The response. Oh, the response is just, it's just description. Okay. So there is nothing. Okay, so this is the only one that I need. Oh, they also need the meters. But responses, meter. Okay. So now let me see in here. Get meter request, get meter response is okay. Okay, great. We have the types. Now,
okay, cool.
So in here, what we want is, let's try adding an event here. So Fastify, add hook on response, hook. Okay. And we want to ingest, right? So the name of the type is, I don't remember. It's the ingest events request. Event request. Okay. What are we putting in here? ED?
Yeah, we have an ID that's going to be the idempotency key. So let's use UID.
Oh, UUID. Okay. So
yeah, I was very happy to see it's part of the node core.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Random UUID B4 from crypto, right? Random UID, I think it's just random UID from node crypto. Yeah, we added it. It's so common. It's also super fast.
Cool.
Okay. Then this.
Yeah, that's going to be API/calls because we already defined that in the meter. So it has to be that.
Okay.
Sorry, dash, not slash. Sorry.
Okay.
My brain was glitching.
Then let me open
Yeah,
up.
that's again we define in the meter, in the data.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to open up the OpenMeter.t.ts. Okay. So here, and then it's we have the type. Sorry, we have the type there. We want the source.
Yes.
Okay.
The source can be anything. That's
Okay.
just controls the idempotency, but
okay. So let's put it the request method request to URL.
Source is more like the name of the application, maybe.
No, okay. Okay. So it's Platformatic OpenMeter test.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then subject.
The subject is the customer ID, basically.
Okay. So right now I'm putting 1 all the time.
Okay.
User ID. Okay. And what do I need to put?
The data.
Oh, yes.
The data object.
The data object. And which can be anything.
It can be anything, but we define in our meter 3, already the method, the path, and we define the duration underscore ms.
Okay, so that is the method.
Yes.
The path.
And something which is duration underscore ms.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And to response time is fine?
Is it a number?
I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. Technically, by the specification, everything is a string, but I think the server are going to eat it.
Okay, then we can come to string.
I think it's going to be fine. What do you see?
And then await Fastify ingest events. Ingest events. Oh yeah, Fastify.OpenMeter. Okay, why this is complaining? Ingest events. Why it's wait. Why it's not picking it up? This is here. Meter DTS. One second ago. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, I need to import it. Sorry, I'm super bad. Super bad at this JavaScript stuff. So it's.
I don't know if you can concentrate to two things, but we got a very good question. Someone is asking, how would you test the hooks?
You can't. You can't test this hook. That's the problem of using on request. You cannot test this. I need to do some TypeScript magic. So TypeScript. I can let's just do that. I'm just going to cheat. I need to change this and export those types. I think those things needs to be exported. It's not being exported. Here we go. Sorry.
I mean, I guess at that point you are not really testing a hook, but what we are doing now, you could stop the OpenMeter, I guess, and then you could test if it was called.
Okay, just a second. Why it's complaining with subject? Oh, it's not a subject to type ID. Okay, great. And okay, let's see what is complaining.
Oh, a spec version. Yeah, we have to add a spec version.
This spec version?
Yeah, there's a property called spec version.
Oh, okay. 1.0,
Yep.
it's fine?
Yep. This is the cloud events format. I think we need to
Okay.
support something more linear in the future.
Okay, so let's try this. I think we have created a client. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we will see if that content type thing going to work.
yeah. Let's try that. Okay, CD. Okay, CD, CD, OpenMeter, Matteo, PLT start. Received undefined. Yeah, there is a bug. I think there is a bug in here. Path. Yeah, there's a bug in the generator. Yeah. Bug in the generator. And oh, more bug in the generator. Sorry. What the heck I'm doing? Type OpenAPI. Sorry.
It's so crazy to me, by the way, how many nice tools exist for GraphQL and for OpenAPI. Like,
oh, you look, we wrote this, but every time I'm still fighting a little bit of bugs. So just a second, I completely forgot the syntax for this. And what the heck is doing? So here, sorry, I just need to look it up. And I don't remember my own tools at this point. I'm very...
Maybe because you built so many of them.
Look, it's fine. And service. So what the heck is... Okay, so now it has a URL. It has an OpenAPI. Lib, plugins, clients. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I don't need the path. I need the schema. Okay, I don't need the name, I think. Okay. Sorry. Must be a string. If path, yeah, but this is not what I want. Yeah. This should be good. Why is it not starting up? Received undefined. Oh, come on. Feels super bad. And OpenMeter URL. Sorry, let me just... So we have OpenMeter, OpenAPI. So the code I have to run this up. Okay. Service plugins client. Okay, so I need to go, if I don't have path, it should go in here with the client and plugin. Okay. Let's see, console log. Console log always saves the day. Nothing. Config. Ouch. Okay. Okay. Now it's actually a bug somewhere, but not there. Good. Anyway, I'll fix this later. So we have this up. We have the code running, as you see. And now I should be able to use my curl to get the data, right?
Yes.
So is it? Doesn't look like it.
I mean, to use a curl against the Fastify server.
Okay, this works. This stays the same. Okay, so maybe there is some problem in our integration. So let me try.
What do you mean it stays the same? We only implemented the ingest, not the query.
Yeah, I'm querying with, I'm querying with curl.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't seen it.
So this is, okay, method, path, API, hello. Maybe I'm missing something with when I'm doing the call.
I think it's going to be the content type then.
Maybe
the server rejects it. We just don't see it.
let me see. It does this. Complaints at all?
Are you sending an event now in the meantime?
No, but I can.
Because you will see the log from the OpenMeter container.
Okay, it did something. Didn't say nothing. Like
But now you're curling your Fastify. That's not calling OpenMeter.
Yeah, I'm calling my Fastify. Sorry, what I'm saying is, okay, let me const get the result here.
Oh, because we added into the hook. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so okay, let's do that. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, this is starting. That's saying nothing here. Response is empty. Which it said it will be empty by the it's a 200. So this is.
Let me see the event.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to compare with what we had previously.
Oh, I can open up the other one if you want to.
Yeah, let's compare that. We are sending the same event.
And quick start. Example. No.
Yeah, examples ingest /
Examples ingest. Here we go. Okay. So we have, let's put, oh, there is a time that's missing, man.
That's optional, but we can add.
There is the time.
It must be the cloud event thing in the content type. Can you change that manually in the generated code?
Oh, it's dynamic, so it's not generating anything. So the difference between the two things is this is literally just reading the OpenAPI file and creating everything. The only thing that's being generated is the types.
Okay.
So, but
then can you maybe just
I can hack it.
Yeah, just hack it in the generator now.
I can hack it. And index. Okay. And build call function. Yeah. You said that this is content type.
Cloud event / JSON. Let me. Application set / cloud events plus JSON.
Yeah.
Cool.
Something like that.
Yes.
And where is the Docker stuff? Sorry, I lost the Docker. Okay, here. Here is calling, getting the result. Okay, let's get to the curl. Sorry. And here is the curl. Not getting it. Should be application cloud events plus JSON. Without
without the UTF-8 in the OpenAPI YAML, I don't know if that makes a difference, honestly.
Oh yeah. Let's find it out. Oh, it's cloud events, which by the way is needed by the spec.
Oh yeah, okay.
But let's not be pedantic. Okay. So okay. Curl. Okay. It's not liking it in any form or fashion. Big problem, man. I application cloud events plus JSON. You don't have any logs of the data that you receive, right?
I'm only in debug mode. But
wait. It said something. Event forwarded to downstream collector.
Okay. Then can you curl it again?
Oh, it's there. Come on. Look.
Is there?
Yeah. I think it is. No, it's not. Wait a second. So we have customer
maybe we have...
one. Is this one?
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
So here and the value. So if I curl it again, then there is.
You can actually filter on the subject. Just add the subject filter, and then we will only see that.
Okay.
You can add the and subject equal 1.
Equal
1. I mean, you added 1. If I remember.
Yay.
Okay, so it's working.
So
awesome.
no, this is working. Okay, let me try. Let's verify. Maybe I was just stupid here. Let's verify if that's the exact problem. Yeah, it is. Okay. This stays the same. If I flip it. Haha, okay. Very funny. Okay, curl it. Go up. No. Does it get updated? Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yay. Amazing. Okay, so this is the problem, right? So it's, yes, fun. So, yes, so okay, in your code, what you have, so what this clients do, it's only doing it in at runtime. So it loadings your OpenAPI and creating everything from that. It also has the generator for the types because you need the types. Otherwise, deriving that from OpenAPI is possible, but it's just such a big pain that we are not doing it. Okay.
Cool. Would it work, by the way, with OpenAPI 3.1? Because most generators out there doesn't support 3.1. So I'm just curious if...
We don't either. So
okay,
it's fine. So it's not a generator, okay? It's just and look, it's not even a lot of code. So It's literally 292.9 of code. But the nicest bit is that you get it integrated automatically. So cool. Okay. Apart from the snafu of the content type and the generator that, generated the wrong thing. Okay. I think it's good. So we had this created. Seems pretty amazing. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you built a completely new SDK.
Yeah, of course. What should I do? It's just 1 hour and a half. So, it's... so does this have an UI that I can use to browse these events?
So not right now, not in the open source version. We are building a cloud version now, which is going to have a UI. We still need to decide how much we are bringing back to the open source from that.
Okay, so you're storing this and you're just letting me collect the API, okay, the API data out of it.
Yep.
Now, I have a question for you. Why did you use Kafka, given that it's mostly counters, instead of using, Redis or something like that, to just increment those counters?
Yeah, so, I mean, with the Redis, that would mean, let me think why we haven't used Redis. How would you do the group by with Redis? I mean, you would just start as many counters.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking loudly now, what would be the way to implement it there? And then you would put maybe a expiration on them to clean them out.
No, I'm having fun with you. Okay, I'm not. I don't want an answer here. Okay, cool. So no, this is pretty cool. It gives you apart from the biggest the Kafka thing that's a little bit an heavyweight to do that, but. So you said you have an API. You sneaked me at an API token, right? Before the start of the call, so I can try deploy this.
Yeah, if you want to deploy it in production, I can give you. I mean, I already sent you over. Kind of just.
Yeah.
Feel free to share it on a Twitch. We will remove that after.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'm just. It will happen anyway. Yeah. So okay, let me try. Let me create an app here, and to test this out. And I just I don't want a repo. I just.
I mean, we use a different SDK now, but that's basically just a base out. So.
Oh, we shipped. Sorry, we removed the manual. Yeah, no, I can't do that right now. So, yeah, leave creation process. They removed me the button that I needed. So much fun. We shipped a new version today, and there used to be a new button for the manual stuff, which is not going anywhere. Sorry, we can do that right now. I'm just
okay.
Sure. Just let me complain. But sure. Yeah, it's. I think it's good. What else do we want to demo here?
Oh,
I think we're good. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we are good. Well, back to your Redis question. How would you implement it to query different time ranges?
Just a second. Okay. So you asked how would you implement the?
Because they were asking why we don't use Redis counters, and I'm just curious, how would you implement to pull different time ranges with Redis?
You need in order to do that. Well, it depends on how far back you want to go. So I think the answer for not using Redis in your case is that you can query it going back in time a long way. If I get your point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just basically asking, how would you query, I don't know, between yesterday and Monday?
Between yesterday? Well, it depends. So you typically in Redis, you need to, in any NoSQL, you need to think about what you want before the type of query that you want. So basically you say, oh, you want support last week? You still there? Oh, hello. I think we have lost Peter. Yes, range by score. You are right. I think we have lost Peter. So I think range by score is actually perfect. And let me see if Peter is coming back. Let's see if Peter coming back. Oh, I invited you. Let me try again. Yeah, it's come. You are coming back, Peter. Just a second. Oh, okay. So range by score. That's actually a pretty good one. Range by score. Yeah, here we go. And we have Peter back. Maybe. Here we go. You are back. What did happen?
Yeah, sorry, folks. My browser tab reloaded. Probably I pressed the wrong button. Everything was very shrinked on the screen. And I suddenly find myself watching the stream, not being part of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I saw you guys are talking about, range by score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, let's do, here we go. So yes, we can do, we can use, range by score is actually done the right way, probably to do that if you put the epoch as the value. So basically, you can get all your values between all your values within that range.
Yeah, but then and then for every group by combination, I guess you would need to do a new range, and then you need to aggregate.
Yeah, it's a lot of keys. Okay, it's a lot of keys, but storing them and reading them is actually very fast. Now, the problem comes from the long-term storage pattern that you want to have, because you probably don't want to never remove this kind of information, if I understand correctly.
But Redis could be maybe a cool solution for the local development. You know how at the beginning of the stream, like we need to set up everything. So that could be
it was quite a little bit of complexity there, man. Look, it's actually pretty steep, I would have to say. So it's pretty steep. We'll need to do the fix on the client. But it was I have a few fixes to do on the client. So yeah, the YAML and the YAML in the client plus the JSON and so on. So, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
And basically, so what we use today, I mean, your client generator, I guess then we could adopt it, right? I mean, like we could.
It just
is it like open source license, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's just open source license. So it's part of Platformatic. It's called Platformatic client. It just works. Okay, it's you can take it for a go. Like I need to do this support for the content type because that's not there. But apart from that, it just works. It's open source. It's the code is actually very thin, to be honest. So it's
cool. Maybe that's going to be the new solution for us.
I don't know. It's like your stuff seemed a lot of code for 3 endpoints.
Yeah, honestly, we tried out like 3-4 libraries, and it's either like there are very few out there that support TypeScript that actually works, that supports the whole OpenAPI specification. So like there are not many libraries out there that can do all of it. And the official one is a Java generator, which is just really hard to integrate in CI/CD and all this kind of stuff.
I am aware of the complexity. We also have a front end one, so we also have one to generate it for the front end, which is
that would be cool.
It's actually, it probably suffers from most of the same problems, but let's try it. Okay, just a second. I'm trying to. Of course, I'm multitasking. Yeah. So here we go. I need to do that. Sorry. I need to start again the automatic scene switcher. Okay, here we go. So here we are on where we were before. Okay, on our, this is my stuff. Okay, so here we go, and okay, then we are. So what you can do is plt front end OpenMeter.json. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. This is, it doesn't work from a local one. Ah. Here we go. And it doesn't. Uh-huh. Okay. It expects it to download. So I need to support a file here. Okay. A read file. So if, let's try that. Await read file documentation URL. Here we go. And oh, let text. And here text UTF-8. Okay, so let's run it. Didn't work. No, not here. Sorry. Where is it? And where is it?
What's the difference, by the way, what the front-end generator does?
This is just fetch based.
Okay.
This is just a full file. This is just the equivalent of what you got. Okay, it's our equivalent to what you got. Purely fetch based, not fast. But I just.
But is it also dynamic or is it static?
No, this is fully static. Fully fetch based and static with no dependencies. Ensure invalid URL. Oh yeah. Just a second. Need to comment this out. Documentation URL is not defined. Yeah, is not documentation URL, is API URL, which is not a URL at all, but yeah. Yes. Keep moving stuff. Okay. Let's try and see. Ooh. Okay. 43. Okay. Oh, yes, it's not res, it's text. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay, 3, 4, 6. I am going to do more 3, 4, 6. Same problem. This is your that endpoint that has the exact same bug. And yeah. And split 9 where is it? 239. 239. Sorry. No. Gen OpenAPI 239. And then it's utils. Oh, class case. Ooh. Class case because this is not defined. Let's see. Oh, the status code. Okay. Here we go. And it's maybe the status code is empty. The default undefined for whatever reason unknown here is perfect. Sorry. Here. Okay. Yay. Let's try that. Okay. So it has generated 2 files for us. One is the api.ts. So one is the fully typed version.
Mm-hmm.
One is all the types. Okay. So you get all your ingest events, you get your meters, you get all those things. Okay. And same as before, more or less. Okay. The API is slightly different. It has set based. It's just fetch based, so it's more or less globalish. So let's add npm I ts node, and let's try that. Okay. So and test api.ts. So here, what you would do is import set URL import from API, and then here it's set base URL, ingest events, and get meters, for example. Okay, and then you do set base URL, and this needs to be a little bit extended, so maybe it can be a factory, but the code is not so big. So, and then here you do ingest events, and you need to pass in this data, which is you need the ID, the stuff that we were using before.
Yep. That's cool.
And this is way thinner. Okay, so and this is fetch based. So the core idea here is this is going to be used, I don't know, in a front end setting or where something lightweight is needed essentially. So and the other one is more for servers that use Undici, and it's all dynamic anyway. So there's no need for generate. The point is, I don't want to generate all this code if people don't really need because here you get one single block of code for each one of your requests. Okay. Now you can see here what we are doing. We are there is no validation of the data. This is all provided by TypeScript essentially. So it's all the TypeScript thing is actually very that's what we do.
I mean, the server already does the validation. So.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, so again, the two approaches here. So these you will get here a very big file, like these in your case is pretty small, to be honest. Okay, but you get 100 file. Like compared to your stuff, here this is 180 line. sorry, 107 lines, and this is plus 54 compared to all the modules that are in your packet. So maybe if this is a factor instead or something, maybe this is better for you. I don't know. So it's the other one. It's also cool, but it has it's probably built a little bit more for our use case, but maybe not. Okay, maybe there is. Check it out, and if there
Yeah,
are,
we will definitely play with
play
it.
with those two clients and see how they are, because it might be that they provide you like a slightly better value for money compared to what you're using right now, and then maybe we can, I don't know, extract them making their own module. Like there's stuff that can be done here. Okay, this code is, I call it a little bit fluid. Okay, so if there
Perfect.
are things that can be changed so that they are more useful and more straightforward to you to be used, we are very happy to make those changes. So right now they both live on our monorepo, but if there are others that are willing to work on them, stuff on that, we can move them on their own thing, so they have their own release cycle, and you don't
Yeah,
get
awesome. Yeah, as I mentioned, like I think there's really a big gap around having like an awesome open API client. So
Oh yeah, no, big time. Like again, this is like, frankly, this, apart from me messing up with the generator, which I broke something in one of the latest release, and I'm not exactly sure what I've done wrong. It's actually great, okay, in the sense that you can just get the thing going and it would just work. So it, like, again, you are here. So it is the nicest part. So in here you put the where the schema is, okay? You're not giving me a path or nothing. You're just giving me the schema of your file, the name of the OpenMeter that you want, and the OpenAPI and the type that is OpenAPI, and the URL to call your service. And if even if you don't, you can generate not you can not run any generator, and if you just use JavaScript, this will work as it is. Okay, so there's nothing to be to generate. The generator is needed for the types because deriving them at runtime is such a freaking mess. And probably you don't want to do it anyway. So anyway, both things are interesting case. We did this for mostly for front end, but I don't know. Maybe it has some legs to be extended and stuff. So like we can try. Like again, we can try await get meters. Okay, and here we need to put to get meters is the window.
nothing. I think it's going to, or just call it list meters. Then it's just going to give you all the meters.
Okay, list meters. List is list. Get meters.
Oh, it's get meters. Okay.
Get meters. So get meters, and we need to put the window.
No, that's just going to return the configuration of the meters.
Okay. So let's do that. I need to do this is just, and then yeah, let's try this. npx ts node, and what is this? Oh, it's just test API. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, it works. Okay, it's this is very thin. So I am. It's a very thin client, mostly for The difference here is if I wanted to make it a little bit more reusable, instead of having that, I would have something like build client here that would do something like that. Ooh, with the URL and then get meters. Okay, that would be the change that I would do. And the reason is you really don't want to do this set base rule globally. Like in the front end, it's kind of okay because typically you're not talking to multiple instances of the same API on the same machine. So you are fine in just setting the base URL somewhere and just reusing the same file everywhere. But you on the server, probably not. But I think with a minimal change, we can get it to the point that you can, this seems, I don't know, from my point of view, way more understandable than the other one. So you still have the problem of the content type, but this is it's still there, the content type problem for you. So it's fun. I do Dumodor. Hello, how are you doing this evening? I think we are good. I am almost need to go to have some fun on having dinner with my daughter. So I wanted just to thank everybody for watching this stream. Okay. Just want to thank everybody and say have a good evening or good day for you, Peter. Is your co-founder in San Francisco time or is it in?
No, he's in Budapest.
He's in Budapest too. So you founded another startup with another person in Budapest.
Yes.
Okay, you keep doing
well,
this.
You know how it works.
Oh yeah, I know what is. My co-founder is Italian, so it's so much fun. Okay, amazing.
Well, thank you, Matteo, for having me here.
I think we had some fun. We had some fun on setting things up, using things. It's
I mean, you built a completely new client for us, so that's awesome.
It was fun. Well, it's all like what we do at Platformatic is making sure that we can build the things and getting things done very quickly. So it's fun.
Yeah, and thank you, folks. As I mentioned, it was my very first Twitch stream, so thank you for being with me on this.
And when you launch your cloud offering, whatever and stuff, we'll be very happy to take it for a spin. Okay, so it's
yeah, absolutely. I would love to have a Platformatic integration.
Oh, look, it's we are going to test it. You're going to run all our data through your massive Kafka installation. So it's fantastic. Okay, Kafka is one of the best pieces of software, minus the complexity of it. Okay, amazing, man. Thank you very much, and see you soon. I don't know. Hopefully when I come back to San Francisco or something, we can have lunch.
Definitely. Let's do something.
Perfect. Bye bye.
Cool.
Bye, Peter. Bye.